Hello. Good afternoon. It's been a long morning because it's very chilly for me. No, it's good afternoon. It's actually not as chilly, thank goodness.
No, I thought it would be a lot colder this morning.
Yeah, I still have my long sleeves on. I see you do as well.
Me too, because it's
black.
That's right, black.
Well, we thank everyone for joining. We'll, continue talking as you all join us today, and we'll talk a little bit about Thanksgiving events and Thanksgiving fun.
The rat race to Christmas.
Right. Yeah. Now if we're not even in December yet, but I feel like we're like 2 weeks away from Christmas.
It feels like it. It's certain. Well, there's 2 weeks of actual work because I do feel like people shut down as we get closer to the holidays.
You kind of already feel some people shutting down. They're just preparing for the holidays, and Hanukkah started. And so, you have those who are celebrating Hanukkah, already starting that. So yeah, it's the holiday season now, which there's as a realtor, I think there's a love and hate for it, because you have a lot of the buyers or sellers desperate to close and finish up everything for the end of the year. But then you also have everything preparing, and there's all these parties to start. And, we'll get into the December spirit very soon. But how was your Thanksgiving?
It was fine.
Thankful for it. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. We went to Universal. I don't have any pictures, but, We've been to Universal many times with your family, with other families, and it was our first time not having fast passes because we kind of did the last minute, let's go to Universal. And usually we'll get the Universal Hotel, which comes with the fast passes. And we went to go buy some, but they were $250 each. And I'm not gonna lie, I was not gonna pay $250 each for a fast pass. But
$250
on that day only, on Thanksgiving only, $250. It was a great trip. I'm not complaining at all. We had a lot of fun. We went on Hagrid's motorcycle, that new ride. Mason loved and hated it. He was kind of freaked out about it, but it was an exciting ride. We did not go on the new Velociraptor, something like Velociraptor ride, because the Hagrid ride was enough. But, we stayed in line for a long time, but we got to do everything we wanted to. So it's, it still worked out. So yeah, that was our Thanksgiving.
How long were the lines? An hour? 2 hours?
Some of them were 2 hours. When we got there, so we got there Wednesday, we went in, did a couple of our rides our favorites that we loved. And then Thursday, when we went back, we thought, we're going to go to Hagrid's ride and we'll be the first ones in. No, that was an hour and a half wait. And then a bunch of people were like, well, we don't want to wait that long. And, one of the attendants said, no, it'll never go down.
This is the shortest.
Yes. And at one point it was a little less. We had already ridden it, but within 15 minutes, it was already back to an hour and a half at the very least. So yeah, it was pretty crazy. We've been there crazier times, think with the old Disney days when we went to Disney during Christmas. It's just like that again, during the Christmas season, the holiday season, people are back. Now, of course, with this new variant that's found in, South
just
Africa.
In time for Christmas.
Right. We'll see how that goes. And I'm pretty nervous. I'll be in Michigan, and I hope it doesn't cause any delays in my travels. I'm not going to lie.
Still cheaper than Disney. And you can have a beer, which I think is super nice when you're standing in amusement park lines.
Yeah, but the line for the beer was really long too. So
then you buy 2 or 3 at a time.
Those are huge.
You walk around and you stick one in the stroller. That's why y'all like to bring me places is I have the stroller, because as soon as I show up, everybody throws all their stuff in there.
That's true. That is true. We didn't have our backpack though.
There you go. I'm if the line is long, you double up.
Yeah.
But I do prefer that over Universal, or at Universal over Disney, because it is, especially since I tend to go in the summer.
Right.
Nothing's better than having a drink in hand while you navigate.
It was pretty chilly, so it wasn't you weren't dying for it. Right.
Well, very good.
Yeah,
well, that's exciting.
There we go.
So
So here we are, Kristen and Rebecca, back on the podcast.
I forgot what we even do.
I feel like it's been a while, but it hasn't. We were here last week. It's just, here we're back after a long weekend. So let's do our numbers, our Monday market moment. Let's do it.
The wait at Chick-fil-A was 2 hours. Well, that's what you get for eating
because it's Chick-fil-A.
Just kidding, Karen. We love you. Monday market moment. Let's do it.
Here we go.
All right, let's see what's happening in North Central Florida. All right, so down in Tampa, what month are we in? We're in November.
We're in November. One more day of November. Otherwise, this would have been like a comparison month.
All right, so for the month of November, There are 367 active listings still in Tampa Hillsborough market, 1,029 pending. And we got a piece of land under contract in the Tampa area, so we were pretty excited about that.
Congratulations.
Yay! Over Thanksgiving.
Mm-hmm.
So I had to write the contract on Thanksgiving Day, actually. And then 956 closed listings for the month of November down in the Tampa Hillsborough area. Still looking strong and steady down there.
There you go.
Ocala Marion, 391 active since November 1st that are still on the market, 740 pending, 692 closed.
I mean, it's still going strong. You know, these numbers are what we've been noticing, you know, expecting in these two markets, the two bigger markets that are on our, you know, on our slide. Mm-hmm. So it looks like despite the fact that this time of year is typically slower, it's still pretty strong.
Yep. And then Gainesville, Alachua, you've got 119 listed that are still on the market since November. And remember, these are only residential homes and attached condos. It is our slower time to list. Just because up here, people, and I guess really everywhere, if you look at those actives, people are less likely to put their house on the market during the holidays. People tend to slow down. And I feel like especially this year, which I do want to go back to Thanksgiving really quick, I thought it was incredibly awesome that shops were closed during Thanksgiving, because usually they're open, or they have been open over the past couple of years. But I will tell you that at about 5 o'clock on Thursday, I was like, man, I really wish I could go walk around Target. So I do think people are focusing a little more on family and like being together this year. So I am kind of wondering if that's why maybe there's a little less listing, and of course the supply.
Well, I think I think that also we're still dealing with our new stellar, because these, I mean, the pending and the closed being so close to each other in numbers, the active's not super far off, you know, compared to the pending and the closed. So I'm just wondering, do you think it's possible to get to 240 square foot? What do you mean? Oh, price per square foot?
Depends which builder. And
I mean, that's kind of, you know, that's pretty high, but if it's new construction, are they even doing new construction right now? I think they're still kind of holding back on that. So you're talking about resale.
We think you're talking about resale. We aren't sure. More details, please. And then 301 closed for Gainesville. I think we said that, but I think that's all very normal. I could tell you, we were dropping off Christmas cookies to our favorite closing agents today, some of them, and they were all saying that it's extremely busy today and tomorrow. So it'll be interesting to see how November closes out. And December starts off, and then I'll blink and it'll be January, and
we'll be in 2022.
So
I can't hear. I'm sorry. On air bloopers.
Yep.
Now the St. Augustine numbers are really low.
Trust them.
So we don't trust them. We did have some different pool numbers today because NEFAR is a little confusing. Maybe he's talking about this. Maybe that's why, but it's definitely not just active 2, pended 3, and closed 6. So we will re-update those numbers for next week when we do the comparison of October, November.
Yep.
So yeah, I'll take charge again.
There you go. But there's your look at Monday.
All right, let's get into, so like we were talking about the holidays, we're saving the first half for holidays. Best holiday gifts for a new home, but I think this kind of jumps in line with like housewarming gifts. So I don't know if people do that anymore. I know realtors have like housewarming, you know, you sell a house and you tend to give your new buyer, sometimes your seller, a gift. And so this would fall in line as well. But now we're in the holiday season. So, you know, the gift game is like up and coming, like, or it's bigger because there's, you know, all these deals. Cyber Monday's today. Black Friday was last week. There's a lot of things going on. You're kind of in that gift giving mood, probably. Mm-hmm. So what are some gifts that you find to be really nice housewarming gifts for, say, a friend? Like, it's not just as a realtor, but as a friend, you know, what's a great housewarming party or gift?
I think it depends on obviously what you're looking to spend. I think it's always nice, and it doesn't have to be a Roomba, but basically that style vacuum, because you can get those.
Those are expensive though.
You can get an affordable one. Well, I'm going to say I have one that's $125. Okay. I've spent the $700,
$800, right?
Right, on a Roomba. I can tell you that the one I have for $125 does just as good, if not better. In most cases, it certainly seems smarter.
Right.
Like it doesn't want
to way cheaper and smarter. That's pretty awesome.
Yeah,
awesome.
It seems to not get caught up on rugs as much, and I can't remember the brand, but anyways.
Yeah, you'll have to post that later because $120 for
I think
for
I
a new
bought it on
Roomba.
on an Amazon, whatever, and it's an off-brand, but I read all like 24,000 reviews and deemed that the 1 stars were competency issues in terms of reading directions and putting it together.
Sure. Yeah, there's a lot of reviews like, I opened the box, I'm so happy.
Right.
But did you use it yet?
Yes. The ones that were having trouble using it, typically there were issues. I'm like, no vacuum is going to just vacuum up what you got on your floor there, buddy. So, but this one does a great job. I've had it for about a year and a half, which I think is great. After spending $700 on a Roomba and it not doing as good of a job and not lasting as long. A nice knife set.
Yeah, that's true. I mean, we always have our Cut Go Girl, so those are expensive though, but like getting 1 or 2 really nice ones, those are great gifts.
I'm going to give a great Cutco review. So knives to me are funny because they're only as good as their last sharpening, right?
Sure.
I will say Cutco, I do not sharpen every year, even though Nicole Reed, our Cutco girl, offers to come and do it every year. It probably gets done every other year. Those suckers are still sharp. I have a fresh cut.
I do too, from last night actually.
I think mine was from Saturday, but those suckers are still sharp. Yeah. It doesn't matter. So I highly recommend those.
Cutco are, I mean, from all the knives I've had, that's the best one.
The best ones I've found too.
Yeah, for sure.
Dish towels I always think are cute and fun.
Yeah, I think so too. And there's a lot of really fun ones that have like, fun sayings on them that if someone's cheeky or funny, I mean, we've got some great Christmas ones if you want to go with the Christmas spirit, if you're, giving housewarming gifts around this time. But, you can go to local stores and find some like really cute dish towels and things like that, hand towels with great little, wording or pictures on them.
So one of my I got 2 favorite things to give. One, if I know them really well and I know like what kind of colors like really make them excited, I like to get I think it's called Smeg, but they have like retro style toasters and appliances, like small appliances, but they're retro. They come in really fun colors. So if I know them well, I like those. If it's somebody that I know pretty well, but not like the best, I like to do gift baskets. Sure. And I always do like my mom. Can you tell she's my mom? Towels, dish towels, and I'll usually throw in like platters and like kind of fun things like that not everybody has, because when they get a new home, they're going to want to entertain. It's like if you give a mouse a cookie. If you you give them a cutting board, they'll invite you over for dinner.
So, talk about cutting boards. So I actually have it up right now. The bathtub tray with wine holder.
These.
You're saying the baskets, that are sort of non-alcoholic driven.
Right.
There's baskets that are typically alcohol driven. So, wine and cheese and things like that. That's like a pretty normal. It's a nice gift. You could pay between
not candles,
50.
Karen.
She hates candles. There's a great candle though. That's a
I
Christmas candle that's at Sarah's in Hale. That is phenomenal.
Yes.
And I will buy that every year. It's like $36. It's not cheap, but it is so nice and it fills your house. So I don't know. I'd have to say some of them. But yeah, a good gift basket. I like the idea of having a alcohol driven one, because there are people who don't really like wine or don't really like alcohol. I mean, you could do a whole bourbon, one if they don't love wine. But the bathtub tray, and you just put it in your bathtub, because the bathtubs are like really popular right now. Not the old 90s ones.
No.
But, the newer bathtubs are a little smaller, and you can actually put a tray there. And I think that would be really cute. And it holds your wine.
Advocate of taking a bath.
Or your candles, Karen, So.
There you go. You can put your candles in there, Karen. I'm a big advocate of using your bathtub.
Cigars. I think you have to really know cigars. Maybe not.
I'm not a cigar
No, you don't have to. Yeah, and I don't really know where to buy those. I think maybe the guys would know that.
Male realtors, whiskey and cigars.
Yeah,
there
whiskey
you go.
And cigars. There you go. Yeah, for your male friends.
There you go.
Although I think I don't know. Most of the time you're buying the gift in the thought of like what both of them would like.
Right.
So you really want to think of both of them. But still, those are some great ideas. I love your ideas that you've shared on here too. So it's a gift giving season. What do you think about like buying them a Nest or a Skybell or a Ring or the Simply Safe? Do you think that's just too,
the
I don't know.
Nest like freaks me out as a gift, because I find that they're sometimes inconsistent and not easy to install. So then they're going to have to hire somebody to do all that.
Yeah, you do have to hire someone to install it.
Yeah, I've never installed one.
Know this.
Yes, I know. We both know. So to me, I'm like, that's kind of a fun idea, but to me, it's like a gift that requires work. So that's like giving a mom a vacuum.
Right.
Unless they like to vacuum.
So me probably. I love the like bakeware that's just really thick, nice, beautiful, like the Le Croissant. There's a new one now that's a Harry Potter one, and it has like
Say it louder for the phone.
There's a Voldemort one, a Harry Potter one. It's like a whole new Harry Potter
Who's
theme.
Who's making the collection?
It's Le Croissant.
Oh, they are?
Makes it. Yeah, it's absolutely adorable. I have them already. I'm like, I just want to sell them and buy the Harry Potter ones now. The golden snitches on it, and I'm like, oh my God, that's amazing.
I love it.
So I think now that's like a $400 gift. So that might be for your really good friend or a really good buyer, but I think those would be really cute, especially if somebody likes Harry Potter. And if not, just the regular ones. They have really cute colors, reds and turquoise and dark blues, like navies and yellows. So yeah, they're really nice.
I'm pulling them up. Sorry.
All right. Well, we love the ideas. We love the thought of gift giving, whether you're buying with us or you're our friend. You're a really good gift giver. You find
I
like
love to
unique
give
stuff.
Gifts. It brings me joy.
Right. And people love that. It makes them feel really good, and especially, plants are a great gift too. You and I both love plants. So succulents yes, these are hints, Susan. I love gifts.
I thought she got the trip or something this year. No, I'm just joking.
Like succulents for the people who kill off everything, although you can kill a good succulent.
Takes a lot longer.
Go and look for the list of like plants that you can't kill off really easily, and the people do love those. So there's a really cute little store, Plant Stay, that's local. I'll give them props because they're so cute. But go
You'll
in
give
there.
Them crops?
I know. Right. Yeah, we'll give them props because really great plants and they're indoor plants. For friends and family. If you don't know what to give them. All right.
I'm all about these Harry Potter pots. Sorry.
Yeah, they're awesome. Next up, what are some December traditions? Actually, I was thinking more of like less traditions and more of like December. We get a lot of things that we have to do over December, and there's like party after party after party. Do you enjoy this as like a part of your life, December?
Part of me does. Because I'm a gift giver by nature, but I will not lie. I think December, and I'm sorry if this is being unfair to dads, but I only mostly know moms. I think December is an incredibly unfair month to mothers because at least in my household, I am tasked with decorating, shopping, wrapping, coming up with the gifts, baking, except for fudge, and doing most of the holiday items. So I can tell you it's exhausting by the end.
Right. So if you don't have a partner who is involved with it or wants to be involved with it. Now, I'm from a family where the one who takes charge is like barking orders, and not everybody likes to bark orders or take orders. So, it's I guess your family dynamic. And there's some women who just love that and they don't want their husbands or partners involved.
I know, I enjoy it. I think it's fun to make magic for children, but I will say I think tiring.
If it's tiring because you've done all the shopping and the baking and all that, the decorating, then you need to attend the parties rather than
I'm getting a babysitter
for
the parties because all my kids want to come to the Light the Village on Friday, which I'm like, that's fine. But Elf on the Shelf is the worst thing to happen to parents.
Yeah, we kind of forgot to change it. Now Mason's 10. He's at the time where like Eva's telling him Santa's not real, and he's like,
not just Eva. That's just that stuff's been on the playground since before time.
Yeah. So so it's that time when they really do change their minds. But so I don't want him to grow up, but I am kind of ready to like kill Elf on the Shelf. Don't do it, Elio. Don't even get into it. Just believe in Santa. Pretty much that's it. Faith and Santa and, family, not Elf on the Shelf.
I like it. I will agree.
All right. So we'll give you a couple. We're going over time, but we're going to show you a couple pictures from Tioga from last night.
Yes.
Tioga had their Light the Village. What do they call it?
Light Up Tioga.
Light Up Tioga. And dancers from Cameron's and a couple of other, I think.
We were there to see
Sun Country.
Santa.
Yeah, they were all there dancing. So, and Elio was, the the DJ, right? So playing the music. There were
Bringing the fiesta.
a ton of people there, including the Johnsons and Nick's Rebells.
Yes, it was a little overwhelming to me, who does not like crowds. but-
Well, you were saying it wasn't as busy, but last year, of course, it wasn't as busy.
Yeah,
A lot
I
of
get
people
it,
stayed
COVID.
home, but everybody else who had gone a lot was saying this is typically huge. So again, this is a part of December traditions. You know, we do Light the Village coming up on Friday.
Yes.
The 5th, is that the 5th?
The 3rd.
The 3rd, geez,
Stop
yeah,
it.
there
Elf
you go.
is great.
Um,
Lies. Don't
So
trust
yeah,
her.
so Light the Village is in Hale. Will be open. That's this coming Friday. Starts about 5:30. We'll have live music at our place. There'll be live music all around. Santa comes up. There's the little train. There's lots of bounce houses. It's a great event. So that's one of our traditions that we love to attend because we're hosting it most of the time, but attending it as well. So y'all, it's on schedule. Come and visit us. But yeah, it was fun. Tioga was fun.
Yep.
I love the Hale one better.
Me too.
Tioga is huge.
Yes.
I'm sure Hale will be also. All right, let's take a little break and we'll come back.
Welcome to High Springs. Home to a population of 3,600, it is known as the gateway to the springs of north central Florida, having quick access to Post Springs, Gilchrist Blue Springs, and Jenny Springs. Located about 20 miles northwest of Gainesville, High Springs tempts visitors with diverse and unique offerings of art, antiques, and outdoor adventures that make it a refreshing getaway. Surrounded by natural attractions, the town attracts kayakers, cave divers, and campers heading to nearby Santa Fe River. High Springs features a welcoming downtown area with shops, restaurants, government buildings, parks, schools, and much more. Some subdivisions include Cinnamon Hills Estates, Bailey Estates, Oak Ridge at High Springs, or you can find a beautiful property with plenty of acreage. Please visit buysellrebell.com to search for your new home in High Springs.
All right, we're back. Cute little High Springs. We used to live there.
Yeah. 5 houses apart. Same
Yeah,
street.
yeah.
Little known Kristen
They
and
always have
Rebecca
like
Fabb.
little cute Christmas things there, though, and I love their little shops. So
I do enjoy all the
still
little
have
Christmas
a heart
parades.
for there. I'd never want to live there again, though.
Too far from Gainesville for me, but I enjoy selling properties and
Yes.
assisting people who want to live there.
Yes, we have lots of residual business from there. So yeah.
So I know I sent this in. I wanted to talk about this a little bit because it's such a big topic in our Gainesville area.
Yeah, West End Golf Course.
So, I don't even know how to start with this.
So there, I think on December 8th, I read they were getting together, the city or county was getting together to
This is
talk
the
about
county,
this.
Correct.
Right.
So it's been proposed multiple times. It's been under contract. People are trying to develop it. And I'm just going to say it, and I'm going to say what I say. Golf, in my opinion, is a dying sport. When there are places like Top
golf is not a dying sport. I think the old school
it's antiquated.
golf course,
People don't want to do it.
You know, I don't know. We know a lot of people who still love to golf, and kids are getting into
Sure,
it.
but
So
you don't
it's still a
need
good
27
sport.
golf courses in Gainesville. People like it's not Hale, it's Hawkridge, right? Or
Hawkridge,
yeah.
right.
They like they like Turkey Creek. They like the one the city owns, Ironwood. Meadowbrook. I'm sorry, guys.
that Meadowbrook's
You've been
kinda down for a
struggling.
while.
Right, you've been struggling for years. This one, struggling for years. And they're very expensive to maintain. We've talked to people that maintain them. So it's just something that's kind of antiquated. I think you're going to see less of them. People love these Top Golf type things. They love the Tiger Woods thing that we talked about, where it's more mini golf, more so than like a full-fledged golf course. So what happens to this land? So TV20, and I should post the clip so that you guys can see it if you didn't, did a piece on this, and it caught my attention in the morning because basically residents have banded together. They do not want to see anything happen to this property other than parks and recreation.
Which is what it's zoned for still.
Right. Because that's what golf is. They want it to remain green space. That's not going to happen. And they even addressed that in the TV20 interview. The county, I can't remember who it was, but basically said something will be developed here. Something will be going here. So what I was thinking is, one, what are your thoughts? I think it's 67 acres, if I recall. It's going to connect to Fairpoint. I would personally love to see it go to a local builder developer that knows the area more so than the regional or national ones that we've been seeing a lot of. No hate for them, but I do think that that's a
But I
unique
think it's
corridor.
in the long run, it's all about the money. So
Right,
it's probably
correct.
going to go to D.R. Horton times 2.
Right. And yes.
So that's I think that's fair.
But and so the developers seem willing. So I guess it's kind of, we talk about this a lot, developers versus residents, not the NIMBYs, not in my backyard. But I would be curious to hear what the viewers think because, and actually Carrie, if you're still listening, because you live across the street from this, like me, and I have no problem seeing it developed. I would prefer it not look like the townhomes. I think it's called like Terrace something.
Which is DR.
Yes, which is D.R. Horton. No hate towards them. I understand their business model, but I would prefer it not look like that. But I think it needs to be something. The current developer has been trying to work with the county to make it with a park. I think of the 67 acres, they were only going to develop a little over half of them, which people have to remember some of that accounts for streets and water retention, but they were going to put a park in as well. You also have great parks across the street. The woman in the article said that there were no walking trails in the area, and I just want to point out a factor, not to be the devil's advocate, but in Tioga, we literally have miles and miles and miles.
And Tioga
of walking
actually is
trail.
a really good example of creating this outdoor indoor community. So indoor meaning your homes and right outside. I mean, we were walking in the back portion of Tioga and they had little little wooden, I don't know, things that you could go up and read, and you could read about like the local snake, the local
Indigo.
the
We've read
indigo
this.
snake, right? All the local animals in the area, and you're walking along a path, and they definitely have like done their best. No, maybe it's because of the sinkholes there, but their best to create these retention areas, which we all need. I mean, we do. We are in Florida. It is lots of sinkholes, so you do need those because that's where the sinkholes are. But
That's actually not a bad idea, Susan.
I would like to know. So you said something. I don't think golf is going away at all because it is a
not gonna
sport.
go away
I think
forever,
it's that
but-
commute, that old club, right? Where you have to be a member to go over. And this didn't really bode well for that. Hale still does really well. There are people becoming members all the time to go play golf.
But they offer you more than golf.
They all, yeah.
And
they
there's
do
more
offer
camaraderie.
different section. Like you can go just for having friendships and doing a little bit of golf. You can go for the full on golf. You can go for golf after I think it's 2 or 3 o'clock. So you're not really paying
the whole day, right.
paying the whole amount. But so they do have different membership packages.
I think places that can offer amenities outside of golf
These
have a
don't,
better shot. I would love to see. Well, actually, I don't know, Carrie. What's the traffic
It's
like on
super,
Topgolf?
yeah, it's super. Elliot, I
you
know. Elliot is right. Turkey Creek's on fire because it's come back. Now it's at a cheaper cost, right? But they also have the pool. They have got the clubhouse. They've got music
They're
there.
building a sense of community in Turkey Creek, which you cannot
Which
really do
they
at
always
Weston.
had. Yeah, you can't do that here. But I love the idea of a 55 community with a
I
small
love that.
course, or just maybe
back
you just
9
go
holes.
putt, or
Yeah.
exactly. So
I think that's
kind
a
of
great idea.
mixing
Susan,
it
go
up
to that
is a
county
good
commission
idea.
meeting.
It's going to be at Mason's little play same night. So
Well, send in right old Ken Cornell and tell him your thoughts, Susan.
But yeah,
'cause
we'd love
they
to
need
hear
know.
your thoughts of what you want to see there, and what you think should go there, which I guess is the same answer. But yeah. All right, one more thing. We're going.
we got 2 more
we got
things.
2 more things. That's right. So
The last one's the most exciting to me.
yeah. Okay. So NAR, the National Association of Realtors, who basically is we're members of as realtors in Gainesville, in Gakar, Florida. NAR, they have come up with some new rules for us to abide by. Do you
Right.
remember the rules off the top of your head?
I don't.
I have them up here. Actually, I was
But
trying
this
to
is more
find
for
them.
our realtor friends that are watching. But and if you're with Rabell Realty Group, we posted those this morning in our group for you.
So there's
you can
6 of
review
them. So
Yep.
the MLS must now display commission offered to buyer's agents. So basically, it's already shown on the MLS to us realtors. So now it's going to be shown to the public, so you can see what they say or what we're paid as buyer's agents. And I think this came from a lot of people saying, "Oh, we're free. You don't have to pay for us." But really, it's in a way, it's not free because
nothing's free. Everything's
Right.
built into the cost. You're buy one,
So-
get one free. You're just buying 2, whether you use to or
right.
not.
So the seller has already offered to pay the broker and the broker, the listing broker and the buyer's broker, which could be you as the realtor, the commission. And so it's already added into the price, you could say. I mean, that's pretty much what it is. So it's, trying to be more obvious about that we're not free.
More transparent, right?
Yeah. So that's the first one. I think the biggest thing that I read that a lot of agents said were, why not be super transparent and also put what the sellers are getting? So we'll see if that happens also. But how is that good for the public? It's just transparency. That's all.
Yep.
MLS to offer their participants a single data feed.
Probably not something that's going to be super interesting to those people watching.
Right.
Actually, a lot of these have to do mostly internally with websites. But I would be curious to know, like, for those of you watching, when you are purchasing, buying, or selling, and I know a lot of you don't do that super often, and I'm sorry, I'm going to use you, Mom, as an example. You've lived in that house since I was like in 7th grade, so I know you haven't. I'm not going to tell y'all how long that's been, but it's been a long time, before my brother was born. So it was, I'm just curious, like, when you all are buying and selling, how do you find your agents? Comment below and let us know, how do you find agents? Before you were a realtor, how did you locate your real estate agent? And did you think of their services as free, or did you know that they were built into the cost of buying the home? To me, that's the cost of doing business. That's like selling McDonald's. You can't do buy one, get one anymore. You have to say, hey, you're really buying 2 and we're giving you the second one. You're basically changing the way they do the promotions. To me, I think it's kind of a disservice to the public, because now they're going to be more hesitant to have a realtor because they're going to think that they're spending money that they don't need to spend, when in reality, they probably need to spend that money and have their representation.
Well, the thing is, if they don't use a realtor, they're still using the listing agent, who now is going to double side it. And
Correct.
Are they really representing you? Now, in Florida, we don't have dual agency, but you can still work with the listing agent. They're just now not representing you. They're just getting the deal done, which is really how you do real estate in Florida. You get to the table, you make sure everything's done correctly, but you don't have someone who's sort of advocating for you. So, and you're not saving any money, because they've already signed a contract with the seller saying what they're going to be paid if they are the listing and the buyer's agent, or if they're just a listing agent and someone else and there's another buyer's agent. So you're not winning at all.
Well, let us know what you think in the comments, and we'll see if this is something that people are really into. We can have a whole first segment on this one day and get
if you're
everybody's
realtors,
feedback.
whether you're at Rabell Realty Group or not, we'd love to hear your thoughts too on this.
Right. We want to know, because these changes start for MLS's January 1st and brokerage's June 1st.
Yeah.
So the last topic I'm super excited about.
Okay. We'll get through to it really quick.
So I don't like real estate shows typically, because they always make realtors look like greedy, terrible.
I thought you were going to say dumb. I was like,
No.
I love me some Kendra, but I love her because she's dumb.
No, they always make realtors look slimy. They're always posting like, I'm doing this deal to get the commission so I can buy a Bentley. That's not what most of us are like. Most of us are, I would say, very much like Kendra, who is getting into real estate to support
take care
her
of her
family,
children. Yep.
which is what they talk about. So I know we talked about this last night. The previews have been popping up everywhere. Mm-hmm. I think
they're
it's
making
hilarious.
fun of her, but I mean, that's Kendra. They made fun of her when she was a Playboy. That we made, other than the horrible situation between her and Hank, it was a lot of making fun of, like, Kendra's kind of dopey,
I'll be honest, she is asking, I've only seen a few of them, but she asks a lot of questions that a lot of people don't know, because until you know something, you're new and you don't know what you don't know. And so I think it's a refreshing look at somebody getting into real estate rather than like $1 million listing, which I'm sorry, guys, I know that show's really popular, but that's not, or what's the other one? Sunset Real Estate. None of that stuff is real. I feel like this is a way more genuine look at it. Like when she's showing the home and she's trying to think of what the stone is and where it comes from, or shoot, honestly, she walks into like the front door, and I swear to you, I did that today at a place when I was dropping cookies off. I went through and it was like, wait, this isn't the door. So it's just a more realistic look at like, hey, I got my license, now what? I think the last one I saw, she was doing cold calls. And
there you go.
She was nervous as a celebrity doing it. So even as a real person, so I find it more relatable. So I thought it was really cute.
So one of the greatest memories I had to look it up because I never eat there, but when she was on Playboy, or whatever, Playgirl Mansion, and they were in Italy eating Italian food. And she was like, oh my God, they have the best Italian restaurant in the States. It's called Olive Garden.
Oh.
So, I mean, that's Kendra. That's her personality. You know, you're going to see a lot of bloopers with her, a lot of what seems to be stupid questions, but it's really just a new agent trying to make her way. And I think
super cute. It's on Discovery Plus.
It looks fun. It's starting the 15th of December.
I think so. Shoot, we'd hire you, Kendra, but you're not licensed in Florida,
right?
So consider it.
So consider it for fun, and just hopefully they'll show a little real estate time. I'm not sure so much, but we'll be watching it.
That's right, and we'll probably talk about it. So if you watch it, you can talk about it with us. So, anyways.
All right. Thanks for sticking with us today. We'll see you next week. Right?
All right. K&R Property Management. What do we do? I got my first city inspection coming up, so I'm super interested about that. No, but we manage all those things for you. We're your leasing agent, your account agent, we make sure repairs are getting done. We make sure inspections are complete. We protect your landlord license, all the things that you need to have and keep you in the know. Like for you county residents, you will now need a landlord license moving forward as of March 1st. Call your county commissioners if you dislike that idea. I'll post the number later. You can call us at 352-213-6410.
Nice. Look at all that info. Hey, listen, if you want to get more into real estate or change a team or get into a team or
get a job with us,
come and be the next Kendra. I mean, come on, come get a job with us. Yes, you can email us at join@buysellerbell.com.
And we are hiring physicians outside of realtor. So if you know somebody,
that's true.
Send it. Can't get enough of our wacky, zany Monday show. You can find us on Facebook, Instagram, TikTok, LinkedIn, and YouTube.
Yes. Like and subscribe. Come watch us there. It's a lot of great videos. And did you know we have a blog? We do. We talk about lots of local real estate, local just events happening, our podcast topics, anything like that. So the market. So join us follow us at buysellerbell.com / I can never say that right, can I? Blog. Just go to find us, the blog. And
we would never be here if it wasn't for the Fiesta Media and our fabulous host. I forget what we call that word. Like my brain just shut down. Our fabulous host. So you can contact the Fiesta Media to have your own podcast at 352-327-5089.
All right. Thank you, Fiesta Media. Thank you, everyone, for joining us today and watching us afterwards. We'll be back next week.
We'll see you.
See you then.